49ers. One of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now Marshall. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
It seemed like the situation was 2nd and a mile to go for a 1st down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. That changes everything because if you're able to find a crease, you often have bigger guys working against smaller guys downfield. They picked up excellent yardage there to bring up a 3rd down.
Tannehill on 3rd down. He's got his target. It's Cobb. Just one catch for him last week in the wild card win, but getting involved early here and picks up the 1st.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Tackle made by K'Wan Short.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Let's go.
On 3rd down, it's Marshall. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Nigel Bradham brings him down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll run with Marshall. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Right back to him on 1st down. And this time not as successful, as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Tannehill. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Elliott puts this one through. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me,
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
Lucky 56.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. Malik Jefferson in there on the stop. The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Gun! 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 Detroit! Detroit!
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that that fell harmlessly to the ground. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Detroit! Detroit!
He'll look to throw. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. DeForest Buckner in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
From the 50, it's Tannehill. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Andrews. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And here's Marshall. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Now they try the right side here. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. The Seahawks on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Play action. It's Tannehill. He can run for it, and he will. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down right around the 16. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
They'll try the air now with Tannehill. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The Seahawks on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, here's Tannehill. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Cortland Sutton from 13 yards out. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter. A lot of time to change things. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He completes it right side to White. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hot! Hot!
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Gun! 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 All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green.
They'll set up a throw. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And now a timeout defensively after that 1st down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, and call it an even 50 yards. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. So we've come upon halftime here in this. We now proceed to the start of the second half. Elliott now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And with a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. This is going to put them back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Gun! 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 All right, here we go. 319. 319.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Gun! 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 Gun!
Back to throw now on 1st down. Dancing to his left. Now he'll let this one go. Deep left sideline. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw. Unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
All right, now,
Ball on the
56.
30 as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. It's caught. This is White. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down. to throw. Wide open receiver complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They'll look to throw here. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
One-handed. Love the effort. Not much production on that play, though, huh?
Not a whole lot of yardage. You get that grab, you probably want a first down.
And he'll be the one in the film session. He'll be saying, hey, run that one back, Coach.
Yeah.
Run that one back.
One more time.
Let's see that
2
again.
more time.
And they won't.
8 more times.
They won't. Didn't get much out of it.
Gun! Hot!
He'll drop to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle. Going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that. They might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Blue 90! Detroit! Gun!
They're going to look to throw. Man open, Rice. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Green 39! Green 39! Gun! All right, now look at 56.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90! Gun!
And now with a play clock winding down, a whistle and possibly a false start. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Detroit! Here we go now. 3-19! 3-19!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Steps away to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Detroit!
He'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him.
And Zerline's kick is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
A false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on second down. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Hey, 20.
Throwing on third down, Tannehill. Being chased out left. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
Pilardi now on the punt as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 20. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I got it. That's where you belong. Gun!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. Now he'll go deep down them, and that's caught inside the 30. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball come your way.
This quarterback now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10.
Set! 3-19! 3-19! Wide motion!
zone now. They'll look to throw. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Looking to throw, flushed out right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Back now here in Santa Clara. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Detroit! Set! 3-19! 3-19! Gone! 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 Detroit! Detroit!
Back to throw here. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. As his guys are in for 6. And the 49ers have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Zerline good with a PAT. And that gives them a 3-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Room here to run. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
They stay on the ground. This is Marshall again. And he stopped immediately there. The linebacker, Ryan Shazier, there to make the tackle.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, Tannehill into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Short throw pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, he's got a little daylight. He's got daylight. He's at the 30, 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Mike Wallace, 104 yards. And the Seahawks able to make this a close game again. And that big 4th quarter return, Charles, makes this a 1-score game.
And now it all comes down to philosophy. All right, they just had a big return for a touchdown, so the momentum is high. Do you want to ride that and go for 2? Or do you just go ahead and kick the extra point and come back and rely on your defense?
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Here we go. 319. 319.
They'll run it now. This is Charkandrick West. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll drop to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And they'll run it here. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. It's the Pro Bowler Chandler Jones who makes the tackle. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Gone, 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 gone. Leopard, leopard.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10.
Leopard, leopard. Let's go. Green 39.
Now they'll run it on the toss. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Gone, 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 gone. All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56. Gone, 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 gone.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
He'll look to throw. Now he steps away, and he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. First quarter, Charles, you really emphasized the importance of winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. They haven't forced a single turnover in this game.
And right now they're losing, so no turnovers might lead to no victory.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on
Watch
fourth
it now,
down.
Barney. No. Check. Patriot.
They'll look to throw. He hits right, complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on fourth. Well, we looked at each other in surprise going for it on fourth down to the fourth quarter with a lead. But, hey, you get it as a coach. You look like a genius.
So the next time we see Coach, he's going to say, well, that's why I coach and that's why you guys talk up there, right? He had the guts to go ahead and go for it, and it paid off.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with second and goal coming up. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game.
All right, here we go.
They'll try to run with Breida, and I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal.
Gone! Detroit! Gone! No. Check. Patriot!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. A great play there. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again, but they can't worry about the...
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Clock running, and the Seahawks, they're running too, trying to speed up to the line of scrimmage.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the back.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Harrison Smith, and the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a quarterback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 24, and they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick six, and then the two-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better.
Yeah.
As